all of you vaingloriously wonderful people. This is the Declasse Bugstars Burrito. And I'm about to find out why I chose such terrible wheels. Now I'm about to find out if it'll off-road. Like, I don't know what I was thinking. I guess I was going for a wheel that could be painted and would match the van, but it must have been late or I was on medication. I don't know. I've had this thing since you could have it. It's a stolen one. I didn't buy it. If somebody else owns it and drives over to the Bugstars warehouse over at the docks, they'll spawn and you can just take one and it's yours. Same thing with the lifeguard Granger. You can do the same thing. If somebody has one, you drive down to the beach, a couple different places, they'll just spawn. It's pretty nice, pretty handy. You can also get the other Granger, the Sheriff's Granger, not the Sheriff's Granger, but the Park Ranger Granger to spawn. Unfortunately on PC, even though it'll spawn, you can't store it, but it's there. I don't know if you can store it if you get it that way on Xbox or PlayStation. If you play on those new gen consoles, on the Expanded Enhanced, that has it available as a reward vehicle. And I think you can just buy it too. I don't know. I can't remember because it's not here, so I don't really pay that much attention to it. But let me know. Let me know if you can steal those, because I'm really curious to know. So the burrito, I think would have just DNF'd right there if it weren't for the fact that you can take this thing and get upgrades for it. I can't remember if this is one of the ones you have to do like in the Avenger or MOC. That's where I checked the upgrades on mine, was in my Avenger. But I can't remember if it can go in Los Angeles Customs or not. Lots of things I don't know about this van. But what I do know is I don't think that without the upgrades, it would have been able, especially the turbo for that acceleration. I don't think it would have made it that very first climb. Because it's not fast. I mean, yeah, it struggled and lost a lot of speed. That was mainly, because it shifted up too many gears and just didn't have, it bogged down like it did right there. It just didn't want to downshift, even though I was like modulating the throttle and trying the handbrake blip to try to get it to downshift. You just wouldn't do it. But the interesting thing about it is it has just enough power to keep climbing, but not enough that it ever really gets in any trouble. Like, very little wheel spin. We had the back end step out like once coming up so far. And because it can't get going very fast, the bumps aren't that an issue to have to deal with the suspension to be able to deal with the bumps. So it, despite being slow, was a very simple drive up the mountain. A lot of times the slower vehicles are a big challenge because they're struggling to put the power down, or they just don't have enough power to get up to begin with and they DNF. But like a lot of the slow front wheel drive vehicles trying to go up Mount Chiliad, they just can't get the grip. They have ample power. They're quick little cars on asphalt, but in the dirt, steep inclines, they just can't do much. But look at this. This thing has just enough low-end grunt that it just drives right up the side of one of the roughest bits. And we're at the top of Mount Chiliad in 3 minutes, 16 seconds. So, will it off-road? Yeah. And going into it, I wasn't really sure. I felt like it might stand a chance, but I wasn't confident. Mainly because I don't think I've driven it since I acquired it. Maybe once to help a friend spawn it, but then I probably flew to the dock to a helicopter and then called it in. I've never really driven this thing. So, yeah, it's just there to be in my collection. I have a very big car collection in GTA Online. Across my two characters, it's, I don't know, it's a lot. Let me pull up the spreadsheet. Yes, I have a spreadsheet for my cars. I don't know that I can find it, though. Google's not, oh, there we go. So, between my two characters, I'm pretty certain this is up to date. I have 559 vehicles. That counts airplanes and boats and Pegasus vehicles, but 559. I have spent $847.9 million, so almost $1 billion on cars in GTA Online. So, you know, when all these people are like, oh, I have $500 million in GTA. I would if I hadn't bought all those freaking vehicles. I don't regret it, though. I love collecting the cars and customizing them. I keep telling myself that one of these days I'm going to redo the Garage Tour series and go through all 559 of them again. I just don't know that there's enough life left in GTA Online, though, before the next version of GTA Online arrives to even do that. But let's talk stats. Out of 451 vehicles as of this video, this is 287th. So, you know, about where you would expect. However, interestingly enough, it is tied with the Baller LE. Ooh, barely saved it. I'm not sure if that was skill or luck. Yeah, tied exactly with the Baller LE, and then it is 0.067 seconds faster than the Buffalo S. And that's one of those vehicles I talked about. Quicker vehicle on asphalt, but struggled with power down. In vans, out of the 17 we have tested, it is third. Interesting how this is bookmarked, too. Not bookmarked, but, you know, book-ended. It is 6.15 seconds slower than the Speedo Custom. Then it is 6.717 seconds faster than the regular Speedo. Hiker down. I had to pause for that. And then in terms of Casino Heist, out of the 19 Casino Heist vehicles, which I read the number off wrong last week, I had done a thing in the spreadsheet that was wrong. It is 19 now this week. It is 13th. By the way, we are down for our controlled descent to 45.39. We're going to take it back to the top of Mount Chiliad as Hobo does his lovely jump and nails the side. And fling it off the side because we like to do a damage descent as well. But out of the 19 Casino Heist vehicles, this is 13th. Yeah, that's how that sentence was supposed to go. It is 6.83 seconds slower than the PR4, but then surprisingly, and this goes back again to talking about vehicles that struggle to put their power down. It is 30, so half a minute, 30.617 seconds faster than the Everon. Picture the Everon. The Toyota Hilux, right? Isn't that what that is? I'm pretty sure. Let's go to Bruffy's GTAcars.net. I'm pretty sure the Everon is the in-game equivalent of... Yeah, it is. Not the Hot Ring Everon. The Everon. Which just blows my mind. I'm trying to see... In Bruffy's testing, it's 18th out of 50 off-road, so it's not all that fast, but you would think, looking at that thing, it would get up the mountain. It's all-wheel drive. This van did it 30 seconds faster. I have to go back and rewatch that video to find out what happened, because that, when I saw that on the spreadsheet, it just blew my mind, which there is a spreadsheet in the link in the description down below that has all the vehicles just listed 1 through 451 by ascent time, and then if there's a tie it goes by class, and if there's still a tie it goes by manufacturer, and if there's still a tie it goes by model name. And then there's another tab in the spreadsheet for everything sorted out by class, so you can see what it is there. We do Will It Off-Road in the snow every winter, which will be coming not that long from now. So there's a tab for that, and then there's a tab for all of the DLCs. It's only been the last 4 or 5 DLCs that we've tested every vehicle, but we're now going back in these little off seasons and catching some of the highlights for a lot of those. But yeah, it's down 2 minutes 12 seconds. So let's take a look at the damage on the Bugstars Burrito. All of the windows are gone. Yeah, along with all of the front lights. The left cargo door at the rear is missing. The hood and remaining doors will not close. It has bent wheels. Pretty significant body damage, and I'm going to put in damage questionable wheel choice because that detracts from the overall value of the vehicle. By the way, check out Hobo's right rear wheel. It wasn't this bad for him, but for me, that's what I was looking at with his wheel. That should not be attached. Yeah, anyways, that brings us to our next vehicle, the Lampadati Komoda, which apparently, in my mind, is the Ocelot Jugular. When I called this car in, that is the car I was expecting to see, like visually. The color I have it painted, how it looks, how it sounds. So this does sound a little bit similar. And I don't know where that disconnect happened. Like, it was just... I was like, oh, this is the Komoda? I was like, okay. I forgot I have this particular car, and I was expecting to see the Jugular. This one does struggle a little bit with the grip. Back in likes to let go, but it's not too bad to control. I kept it together for the most part, at least on the ascent. Coming back down, I do run into a little bit of a problem a couple times. And Hobo laughed at me, and you can hear Hobo laugh at me. Segue. See, I'm getting better at them. You can hear Hobo laughing at me in the behind-the-scenes version of this very video. Behind-the-scenes versions exist for a lot of the community-related videos that I do. They are less edited, so you get to see some of the outtakes and bloopers and fails, as well as just some of the shenanigans we get up to between the edits. It's ad-free, so you don't have to watch any ads on it, whether you have an ad blocker, and I just turn off ads. And it has our conversation from Discord instead of my voiceover. So at the time I record, I also record Discord and put that in the behind-the-scenes version of the video. And there is information on how you can become a channel supporter and gain access to those, along with tons of other perks like early access to all of my videos here on YouTube. Though as I say that, there's a video coming out this Wednesday that I can't make members first for a reason. I agreed to a specific date for a specific thing in that video, so I can't show it to members first. Plus, there's another thing tied in with that video that doesn't begin until the moment that video goes live. So, yeah. Very rare occurrence. It's like the first time since I've had channel members that I've not been able to have a video be early. But yeah, you can also, while you're down in the description, checking out that information, you can hit up the link for Will It Off-Road Bingo. It just takes you to the Bingo Maker website. You click on generate a new card, and then as things happen in the video, you tap or click on your card, and if you get bingo, you'll be our 6th ever winner out of 232. Actually, more than that, because that's counting Will It Off-Road at the races, as well as Will It Off-Road at the snow. So it's getting closer to like 300 if we go up into there. We've only had 5 winners so far, so you should play. You could be number 6. It'd be great. Anyways, Komoda, it's been pretty effortless. Nice car to drive. It hasn't been too big of a challenge. And we're up in 2 minutes, 42 seconds. So, will it off-road? Yeah, that's fine time. Of course, this vehicle should be in sedans, not in sports. I swear. I hope Rockstar gets the classes better in GTA 6. I really do. Though it'll be... I'm convinced it's going to be 3 more years before I get to play GTA 6. I was originally planning on buying a PlayStation 5 yeah, there we go. You can see the back end stepping out. That's going to happen a lot. This back end is going to be trying to kill me all the way down the mountain. But I was originally going to buy a PS5 to get GTA because I thought, well, PlayStation has some exclusives that, you know, don't come to PC for several years, some that haven't at all. But then I started looking at that list of exclusives, and besides God of War series, which is now on PC, there's nothing there that really interests me. I'm not saying that they're bad games, they're just not games for me. So it's like, why would I spend $600? I would want to get the Pro so I could capture the best quality video. Why would I spend $600 to buy a $70 game and then pay, what, another $180 a year to play online? For a game that I can just wait, get it on PC for the same $70, the PC I already have, that I've already invested thousands of dollars into, that'll probably have had an upgrade or two between now and then, and not have to pay to play online, unless Rockstar does some real dickhead move and makes GTA Plus mandatory or something. Who knows? I wouldn't put it past them. But, yeah, so... But anyways, I got off on a tangent there. I hope they get the car classes right in GTA 6, even though it won't impact me for a while. I really did go off on a tangent there, didn't I? Holy cow, I completely forgot to talk about numbers on the Komoda. Out of the 451 vehicles as of this video, it's 90th. So up in the top 100 and well into the top 25%. It is 1/4 of a second slower than the LG Retro Custom, and it is 0.083 seconds faster, there's spinning out, than the Dominator GTX. We're going to have one more good spin out as well. Of the 86 sports cars that we've tested as of this video, this is 25th, so not too bad. Oh, there's going to be another good spin out. I forgot about this one. This is 25th. Same split to the LG, and then it is 1/4 of a second faster than the Albany Alpha. And then in Casino Heist, out of the 19 that we've tested, it is 7th. It is 0.183 seconds slower than the Sultan Classic that we tested last week. Almost got into a big crash there. And it is 4.05 seconds faster than the Morgan. By the way, Hobo is driving one of my favorite cars in GTA Online. I absolutely love the Pagani. Every time Sports Classics races, yeah, that's how to say that, were chosen way back in my Xbox 360 days and even early on my PC days. If I was racing against randoms, I would choose the Pagani and wipe the floor with them every time. So it holds a special place in my heart. The one that I own on PC is the same one I've owned since 360, because back then you could transfer from 360 to PC, and that's what I did. So I've had that same car now like a decade in this game. I've had, which is true for a lot of the cars. Well, I guess I shouldn't say a lot. With over 500, back then you could only own 30 cars per character. Yeah, because you only could buy, I have 3 properties, and each one was a 10-car garage. Yeah, when I transferred, that was the case. So I transferred at most 60 cars. I doubt I had 60 between the 2 characters at that point, though. Because I know when I transferred to PC, I only had like a couple $1,000,000. I was only like level 70-something. Yeah, I don't think I had even done the Criminal Mastermind Challenge yet. Matter of fact, I know I hadn't, because I was able to do it again on PC. I think, did I ever do? Pretty sure we did the Criminal Mastermind Challenge on PC. I have no idea. I know I intended to. Sometimes when you've been at YouTube for 10 years, things you meant to do suddenly get filed. That was a nice flip. Suddenly get filed in your brain as, yeah, I did that. So who knows? Somebody will tell me in the comments, I'm sure. We're on Discord. But we're down 1 minute, 42 seconds. Let's take a look at the damage on the Komoda. All of the windows are gone. Most of the lights are missing. The right rear door is gone, and the door's hood and trunk won't close. This is from Rockstar's Lazy era, so there is no body damage to speak of, and I don't even think the wheels are bent. It's kind of hard to tell with the way the light's hitting it, but yeah. So take a look at Hobo's badly battered Pagani from an era when there were damage models on cars. But that's going to do it for this week's Wood Off-Road. We'll be back next week with something, I forget what. But I want to thank you very much for spending your time with me today. There's thousands of things you could have watched on YouTube, and you chose this weird off-roading video from GTA Online, and I greatly appreciate that. So, until next time, I'm Brandon, reminding you to stay vainglorious.